Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today we are going to be doing the final anticipated releases video for the year of 2025. Can't believe we're here already. Actually, this one is the final one for the book releases of 2025. There will be one in December for book releases at the beginning of 2026. But I can't believe we're here already. This one is going to do a rundown of books I'm excited for between the months of September and the end of December. And I'm looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's get into it because I've got 46, I think it is, books to tell you about. It's a lot. I'm not going to go into deep detail about what these books are about. I'm going to tell you the title of them, show you the cover, tell you when they're coming out in the UK specifically. And if there is a quick tag on the description, I will read that out just to give you a little bit of a look-see into what it's about. If there's not, I will do my very best to tell you very quickly what it's about, or what genre it is at least. So without further ado, let's get into it. I am going to be looking at my computer right behind you. So if I'm not looking at you, that's where I'm looking. So the first book that I do have for you is Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moronova. I've already read this because I had the indie version, but this comes out on September 2nd. It has been picked up by a publisher, which is very exciting. Congratulations to K.M. Moronova. Very exciting indeed. This is a standalone dark military romance, enemies to lovers. It is incredibly dark. Check your triggers before you pick this up, but it's fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. Still can't stop thinking about it in all honesty. So this one is set inside an elite special ops squad, and it is really, really dark. A biting military romance from one of genre's most exciting new voices, promising an intoxicating blend of enemies to lovers drama, spec ops, action, and romantic suspense. It's really good and I would highly recommend it, but please check your triggers. For the love of God. K.M. Moronova is going to come up a couple of times in this list, so you've been warned. So that is the 2nd of September. Also on the 2nd of September is Crazy Spooky Love from Josie Silver. I have read a book from this author before, which is One Day in December. And this one is a supernatural October read. Seeing ghosts has always been a part of Melody Bittersweet's life, a quirky inconvenience at the best of times. There is a mystery by the looks of things, and there is a guy called Fletcher. Other than that, I don't know anything about it, but look at this cover. Isn't it adorable? There's even a pug on it. I don't know. I don't know what did it for me. I don't know if it was the cover as a whole. I don't know if it was the pug. I don't know if it was the bats. I'm not sure. But it's really cute and it looks adorable. On the 4th of September, we have another book that's been picked up by a publisher. It was indie published, and that is Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. By Rachel Schneider. I haven't read this one yet, but I do have an indie version of it. This one is a romantasy, I think. Other than that, I don't know anything about it, but it's a romantasy. Sail the seas, master the blade, protect your heart. What would you do to have it all? That's it. I don't know anything else. I didn't know that this one actually was set on the sea, so that will be interesting for me as someone who has very severe seasickness and has had to DNF books before, because reading about being on the sea has made me sick. Very traumatic, I know. True story. So yeah, that one comes out on the 4th of September. Then on the 9th of September, we do have Wildcard by Elsie Silver, the 4th, and I'm fairly certain the final book in the Rose Hill series. This is a series of single parent romances, and I've really enjoyed the series so far. So very excited about this one. Doesn't have a tagline on it, so other than Meet the Single Dads of Rose Hill. That's it. That's all it says. So I'm looking forward to this one. Looks like we've got a pilot though. Sebastian Rousseau is a grumpy, hot as hell fire pilot who's too damn good with his hands. Outstanding. Sign me up. 9th of September. On the 11th of September, we have Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I have read all of Rebecca Ross's backlist and enjoyed them. So I'm looking forward to this one. This cover is stunning, absolutely beautiful. Before Iris sat at her typewriter and before Enver sang her song, A Young Goddess Wandered Dreams. This one I think is set in the same world as the Divine Rivals series, but I don't think it's necessarily following the same characters. I think it's following different characters, just set in the same world. So very much so looking forward to this one. 11th of September, this comes out in the UK. Also on the 11th of September, we have They Own the Night by Amy McCaw. I have read and loved the Mina and the Undead trilogy from Amy, so I'm very much so looking forward to this one. This is a pulse-pounding retelling of Dracula set against a deliciously retro 1980s backdrop. This cover, stunning. He reminds me of Spike from the Buffy series, which is not surprised in the slightest because I'm very aware that Amy is obsessed with Buffy. She absolutely loves it. So I'm not surprised in the slightest, but yeah, he's giving Spike vibes for sure. Mia and Johnny have always been there for each other, particularly since their father was revealed to be a serial killer and is now serving a life sentence for murdering 13 people. An unmissable new YA novel from booktuber and author of Mina and the Undead trilogy, Amy McCaw, perfect for fans of Cynthia Murphy and Kaylin Bayron. I'm very excited for this one, and I would highly recommend checking out Amy's books for sure, helping out an indie author. She is so lovely, and I will leave a link to Amy's YouTube channel in the description box down below as well. She is one of our own over here. So please do go and check her out. She is fantastic. This cover, obsessed, absolutely stunning. On the 16th of September, this is coming out on Kindle on the 16th. I don't know if we're getting a paperback in the UK or not, but on the 16th of September on Kindle, Hopelessly Devoted by Audrey Goldberg Ruoff. I actually saw this one on Liv's Instagram stories a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago from Liv's library. So shout out to her for posting this one over there because I immediately saw the cover and was like, let me go hunt this down so I can put it on my list. So again, don't know if we're actually getting a copy of like a physical copy of this in the UK or not. Right now it's not available on paperback on Amazon, which is where I look for the books so that I can give you the taglines and stuff. So right now there's no paperback available over there, but we'll see. So the 16th of September for the Kindle and audio version. After the death of his parents, a witch returns to his spooky family manor and joins forces with his former crush when his parents' spirits warn them of a sinister threat in this witty and lyrically unique rom-com in the vein of the Crescent Moon Tea Room and the X-Hex. I haven't read The Crescent Moon Tea Room, but I do love the cover for it, but I've loved the X-Hex. So this one looks adorable. It sounds adorable, but this cover, I am obsessed and I desperately need a physical copy of it. I need a copy on my shelves. Desperately. So I'm really hoping that we get one in the UK. If not, I'm really hoping I can get my hands on one from somewhere else. From the US. So we'll see what happens with that one. On the 18th of September, I'm so excited about this one, but we do have Uncharmed from Lucy Jane Wood. I'm actually going seeing Lucy at the Waterstones event in Liverpool on the 1st of October. On the 1st of October, and I'm so excited. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one and giving it a read. This one is a witchy book. Uncharmed is the spellbinding new cozy fantasy from Lucy Jane Wood celebrating found family, unconditional love, and the joy of letting go of perfectionism and people-pleasing. I recently read Rewitched by Lucy that came out last year and loved it. It was like the perfect time for me to be picking it up right in the middle of burnout and a slump coming on. So it was the perfect time for me to be picking it up. And I absolutely loved every single second. So very, very excited for this one. I do have this one pre-ordered. On the 23rd of September, we have Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. I have read her other trilogy, the Ruinous Love series, and loved it. So very excited about this one. This one says... What does it say? Abby Jimenez has said, my favourite author of all time, Tourist Season is everything I loved about the Ruinous Love series and more. More murdery acts and crafts, more spice, more plot twists, more serial killers per capita than any town should ever have, and I'm so here for it. Okay, sign me up. Tourist Season is a darkly funny, slow burn enemies to lovers romance where destruction and desire are balanced on the edge of a blade and where love is the most dangerous battleground of all. Yes, I need it immediately. On the 25th of September from Jenna Levine, we have got Road Trip with a Vampire, which is book 3 in this series. And I'm looking forward to this one. I've enjoyed My Roommate as a Vampire. I haven't read the second one yet, which I think is the wedding one maybe. But this one I'm looking forward to. Two Souls, One Unforgettable Journey, a love story that's good to the last drop. I haven't fully figured out yet if these follow the same people in each of them or if they're following different people in each of them. I'm not sure, but I'm excited for it. It looks like this one might have a witch in it as well, maybe. I'm here for it. This cover is very cute. Also on the 25th of September, we have The Honeycrisp Orchard Inn by Valerie Bowman. This cover is so cute. It's not the sort of book I would usually go for, but I'm obsessed with this cover. It's giving me all the autumnal vibes and therefore I'm excited. For fans of a Love Light series, I loved that series. It was like a 4.5-star series for me. I loved Love Light Farms. I loved Business Casual. I enjoyed, what was the other one? I enjoyed In the Weeds. Mixed Signal was the weakest one for me, but I loved it overall. 4 to 4.5-star series. For fans of the Love Light series and Pumpkin Spice Cafe, really enjoyed Pumpkin Spice Cafe, didn't enjoy the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. This cozy and sexy romance follows a young event planner who returns to her family's inn on an apple orchard to help run their harvest festival, only to find herself butting heads with the handsome son of the apple orchard's owner. Yes. Need I say more? It sounds great. Sign me up. Also on the 25th of September, busy day, we have Ghost of a Chance by Catherine Gabera. The cover did it for me again. I don't know what to tell you. I am a sucker for an autumnal cover, or a bright cover in general. Absolute sucker. This has also got a dog on it, so if dogs are involved, I'm there. She writes ghost stories, he's living one. It's a cozy, spicy, spooky season treat in this opposites attract romance between a mystery writer who pretends to talk to ghosts and the one-night stand who might actually be haunted. Yes. Next we do have Holly by Adalyn Grace. I haven't finished the Belladonna series by Adalyn Grace yet. Actually, I've only read Belladonna. My intention is to reread Belladonna, finish the series off, and then I can get to this one. But I want to get the Fairy Loot edition of this to match my Fairy Loot edition of the Belladonna series that I already have. This one is set after the events of Wisteria, a mysterious and magical holiday novella with a gothic-infused world of the Belladonna series, complete with romantic illustrations by Lydia Elaine, a haunting new mystery to solve, and an irresistible stolen moments beneath the mistletoe. It sounds really cute. I don't know. Why does it say 384 pages, but it said that it was a novella? Did I read a novella? Oh, yeah. Confusing. A novella is not 384 pages. I don't know. Unless the story itself is a novella and there's a load of illustrations. I don't know. But regardless, I'm excited about this one. The 30th of September this comes out. Also on the 30th of September, we have Under the Oak Tree Volume 2, the comic, because there is the novel and the comic. The comic adaptation does come out on the 30th of September. Very much so excited about this one. I loved the first one. It was very, very good. And it was kindly sent to me by Inklaw. So really excited about volume 2 of this one. Don't know how to explain this one. It's an arranged marriage. But there's more to it than just that. There's like war going on and politics and stuff like that, but it's an arranged marriage at the core of it. And yeah, I really loved the first one, so very excited about getting to the second one. Also on the 30th of September, very busy day. I've got 2 more books here for September. I think they're all the 30th. We have Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, who is the author of the Icebreaker series. I am looking forward to this one. It's a festive, I think, Christmas romance. BK Borison has said Hannah Grace delivers sparkling small town magic in this festive feel-good bop of my dreams. If BK Borison's going to say it's the bop of her dreams, I'm going to read it. Clara Davenport wants to solve Fraser Falls' biggest problem. According to Jack Kelly, Clara is Fraser Falls' biggest problem. Yeah. Okay, I'm in. Next, coming out on the 30th of September, we do have Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I'm really looking forward to this one. Lila Sage is the author of the Rebel Blue Ranch series, which I have completed now. And this one does have illustrations on the cover from the illustrator that has done the Wolf cover by Paisley Hope, and also the Bourbon and Lies covers as well. Love this illustrator. She is fantastic. This one says, author of the Rebel Blue Ranch series returns with a brand new story featuring a small town upholsterer in need of a fresh start, a photographer whose life has come to a screeching halt, and the supernatural forces that bring them together. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sign me up. Give me all the supernatural. How stunning is this cover? I'm obsessed. I also would like her sleeve, please and thank you. Okay, and then last up for September that I'm very excited about, also out on the 30th, shock, is Make Me a Monster by Kaylin Bayron. I've enjoyed a couple of books from Kaylin before, so I'm very excited about this one. And this is a Frankenstein-tinged horror romance. Mika is used to death. After all, it's her family business. Mortician's assistant at her parents' funeral home. Mika's days are not for the squeamish. Luckily, her boyfriend Noah doesn't mind, and Mika finally feels ready to say those three little words that will change everything. Then tragedy strikes and Mika's world is torn apart. Nothing makes sense, especially when strange things start to happen. Strangers follow her. Mysterious items are left at her door, and worst of all, the dead do not seem to be staying dead. Sign me up. It kind of sounds like stalking, but also if it's ghosts or the dead, maybe it won't be too bad. I don't know. I think this one is deemed maybe middle grade or YA, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be YA. Yeah, YA, but I'm excited. I still read horror and thriller YA, so I'm looking forward to this one. Okay, into October. On October 1st, we have Geneva Rose with Dating After the End of the World. This cover looks very cool. It's very much so the cover that caught my attention, I will say, and also the title. There's nothing like the undead to bring the living together in an action-packed and apocalyptically romantic, genre-shattering novel. Yep, I've read from Geneva Rose before and enjoyed a book from her, so I'm very much so excited for this one, and it's only just over 300 pages, so it's not too long either. So it sounds great. Sign me up. On the 2nd of October, we have one of my most anticipated reads of the year, which is Love at First Fright by Nadia El Fassi, and I am so excited about this one. I was lucky enough to get an ARC of Best Hex Ever last year, which I absolutely loved, and I have 4 copies if I include my ARC, 4 copies of, so I'm very excited about this one. In this cozy and spicy paranormal romance from the author of Best Hex Ever, a successful horror writer whose novel is being adapted into a movie clashes with the lead actor on set in a haunted mansion. Look at how beautiful this cover is. She does the best covers. I'm obsessed. Stunning. I'm so excited for this one. 2nd of October it comes out in the UK. On October 7th, we have Willing Prey by Ali Oleander. I have an ARC of this one, so I'm very excited about giving it a read. This one, I think, it just says anything goes in the woods. Deliciously sexy and deliciously tender. Drowning in student loan debt, Claire Collins is about to be made an offer she can't refuse. Spend 30 days indulging corporate lawyer Shane Underwood's primal desires in exchange for $30,000. All she has to do is give him the hunt of his life. Claire's perfectly happy to swap her boring summer-serving job for wild, kinky sex, but once they cross the tree line, she realises how little she knows about the man paying her to be his prey. Shane is different in the woods, brutal, devastating, feral. That's okay with Claire, she is too, and she's sinking her teeth a little deeper into Shane's heart every time he catches her. Sign me up. Sounds fantastic. I am here for it. I have to say, I think they've done a very good job with this cover. Albeit I have just spotted the bra on the cover. You might not have spotted it yet, but I've just spotted it now, and I've been looking at this cover for a while. If I saw this in a bookstore, I would not think that this was a smutty read. So they're doing a great job with that, I will say. Also on October 7th, we have Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which is the sequel to Bride. Very excited about this one. A human hybrid and alpha were claw against the bonds of fate in the highly anticipated companion novel to Bride. I'm very excited. Actually, is it the sequel? It's just said it's a companion novel. It's not a sequel. We're following 2 other characters from Bride. So I'm very excited about this one because I really did enjoy Bride. It's one of my favourite from her. So really looking forward to this one. Next, we have Take My Love from Brooke Montgomery, which is book 2 in the Willow Branch Mountain series. So I have read an entire series from her before. This is the second series I'm making my way through from her. This one comes out on the 8th of October, and it is a brother's best friend small town romance. A forced proximity standalone from small town romance author Brooke Montgomery about a heartbroken man who finds himself without a job or a place to live, and the country girl who owns a goat farm with an open position and a spare room. Yes. I'm in. Sign me up. Very excited about this one. On October 9th, we have a horror called 8114. I don't know how you're supposed to say that, if you're supposed to say 8114, or if you can say 8114, or if it's 8114. I don't know if it matters, but I'm going to say 8114 by Joshua Hall. I have an arc of this one, so I do want to get to it before it comes out. 8114 is a terrifying horror novel investigating the mysterious death of a high school friend through an embattled podcast and hallucinatory hauntings at the abandoned house of his childhood. Yep. Sounds great. This cover is terrifying. The more I look at it, because I didn't realise when I first applied for the arc of this, I didn't realise it when it came in. It's only the more I actually look at the cover that I suddenly realise that there is something, I don't think it's a someone, but there is something standing in the doorway with red eyes, and you can just about see the legs, but they look like skeleton legs, and it's just, it's freaking me out. I've got it open on the computer and it's really freaking me out. Very excited about this one. It sounds really, really good. Again, I have an arc of this one, so hoping to get to it before it comes out. On the 9th of October, we have The Damned from Harper L. Woods. This is book 3 in the Coven of Bones series. The first one being The Coven, the second one being The Cursed. But I think that this one is done a little bit like Danielle L. Jensen's The Bridge Kingdom series. So I think it's sets of duologies. So I think that although this is book 3 in the series, it's actually book 1 in a new duology, if I am correct in saying so. So this one says, the living do not belong here with the damned. An uneasy truce exists between the witches of Hollow Grove University and the archdemons who now walk among them. Unlike her fellow red witches, always with the R and W, red witches, Margot Ertos has never embraced her true power to draw magic from her own sensuality and desire. Instead, her magic finds a release through music, weaving a spell that can bind anyone who hears it to her. So when Beelzebub, Lord of Gluttony, comes upon Margot singing to herself in the university's courtyard, he instantly falls prey to her song and doesn't hesitate to follow her when she is thrown through the gates of hell. Caught under Margot's spell, the archdemon is forbidden to her touch, and yet he is the only one she can trust to get her back to Hollow's Grove. They just have to make it through the 9 circles of hell first, no matter what they lose along the way. Sounds great. This cover, really pretty. Very excited about it. So again, I think that although it's book 3, I think it's actually book 1 of a new duology within the series. So looking forward to this one, because we're following different characters, you see. So yeah, looking forward to that one, 9th of October for that one. Also on the 9th of October, we have book 3 in the Kamigawa Food Detective series, which is The Menu of Happiness by Hisashi Kashiwai. I love this series. It is so cute. I was lucky enough to get an arc of the first book. Was it just the first book, or did I get an arc of the second one as well? Just the first book, and then I bought the second one and read that one. I really love this one. It is translated fiction. The Menu of Happiness, translated from Japanese by Jessie Kirkwood, is the third book in the delightful Japanese sleuthing series for fans of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I will say, I have DNF'd Before the Coffee Gets Cold series, so actually I DNF'd it at book 1, but I love this one more. I think that this one is so good. It's very, very sweet, and I would highly recommend it. So very excited about that one coming out on the 9th of October, and also June. Don't ask me why, because I don't know the answer. Also on the 9th of October, we've got Cold Eternity by S.A. Barnes. You may have seen me mention this maybe earlier on this year or even last year, but the date was delayed in the UK. I don't know why. The cover has also changed, because the original cover looked like something out of Alien, you know, the movies, but the cover's also changed. This is a space horror. Terrifying, dread-filled nightmare, perfect for fans of Ridley Scott's Alien franchise. Shock. I'm very excited about this one. I have read Dead Silence by this author. I also have Ghost Station on my TBR that I really want to read before this one comes out, so we'll see if I manage that. but very excited about this one. On the 16th of October, we've got Thirsty by Lucy Lehane. Maybe, my apologies. This I have an arc of as well. Discover Thirsty by Lucy Lehane, a vampire romance with bite. Perfect for fans of My Roommate is a Vampire and boyfriend material. This queer paranormal rom-com is rollicking, highly entertaining read of enemies to lovers, chaotic supernatural friend groups, and scorching chemistry. Sounds great. Love me a vampire romance. October 21st does see us with Secret Haven by Catherine Cowles, the 6th and final book in the Sparrow Falls series. Love this series. It is very much so a romantic suspense small town romance series. Small town romantic suspense series. Let's try it that way around. Get ready for your next reading obsession, the spicy small town romance filled with mystery and suspense. So for fans of Colleen Hoover and also Elsie Silver, I actually would agree with that comparison, yeah. Very much so Elsie Silver comparison, but it has the suspense of like Coho as well. So yeah, I've loved this series so far. I have read 3. Yeah, I've read 3 of the 6 books so far. Obviously this one isn't out yet, so I have the other 2 to go before this one comes out. So very excited about this. Also on the 21st of October, another one of my highly anticipated reads for the year, we have Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I cannot wait for this book. I will be seeing B.K. Borison at the Liverpool event from Waterstones on the 30th of October. So I do have a little bit of time to get this one read before I meet her. I do have a book pre-ordered there, but I'll be picking a book up there, but I'm also pre-ordering a special edition. I don't know if it is special edition or not, actually. I don't know if it's got any sprayed edges or not, from an indie bookstore. So I've also pre-ordered that. It just comes with some extra little bits as well. So I'll end up with at least 2 copies. And then if maybe Afterlight might do a copy, I'm not sure, because they did First Time Caller and they've also done the Love Like Farm series. So I'll end up with that if they do want. And also the Works. I will probably end up with one of those too. So we'll see what happens with that. Could end up with 4 copies of that book. We'll see. Haven't even read it yet. Magical, cozy, small town, festive enemies to lovers romance. He's the ghost of Christmas past, but she's not exactly Scrooge. Sounds great. I need it immediately. I've tried so hard to try and get an arc of it and it's just not worked out well for me, unfortunately. I'm so excited about this one. I cannot wait. On the 23rd of October, we have the next installment from Jeremy Clarkson with the Diddley Squat series. We've got The Farmer's Dog, which I'm looking forward to. I really enjoy this series. I've only read the first 2 books so far, but I'm now in it that I want to get back to it. I do think that what Jeremy Clarkson is doing for farming and agriculture as a whole is fantastic. So I really find his books hilarious, but also very sobering as well, and they do give you quite the dose of reality. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Uncooperative animals, underperforming crops, and rather less than best laid plans pursued with unbridled enthusiasm. Clarkson's farm is the gift that keeps on giving. I agree. I love watching the TV series, so this just keeps me going until the next episode, until the next season comes out. I really am excited for this one. Very, very excited indeed. On October 28th, we have Undead and Unwed by Sam Sheeder. Maybe. My apologies if that is completely incorrect. I have an arc of this as well. Bridget Jones' Diary means what we do in the shadows in this darkly funny and cozy romantic comedy about a vampire finding herself and falling in love during the Christmas season. Adorable. A vampire romance at Christmas? Wait, I don't think I've ever read anything like that before. I love that. It just spotted that it says, Tiffany may be 300 years old, but she's still a hot mess. The vampire is tragically single, works a dead-end job at a blood bank, and spends her nights marathoning Hallmark Channel movies with her cat. What? Okay. No, yeah, I'm even more excited for this now. I'm in the middle of a slump, I'm not going to lie. I kind of just want to go and pick that up now. That is... yeah. I'm excited. Also on October 28th, we have another one from Josie Silver. This one is Kooky Spooky Love. Oh, is it part of the same series? Because the pug's on the cover again, and the bats, and the characters look similar. Is it part of the same series? When the new owners of Maplemead Castle need their ghostly inhabitants gone, they call Melody Bittersweet and her ghost-busting agency. Yeah, it's part of the same series. Fantastic. Okay. Is there one before this that I've missed? No. Okay. No, I don't think there is. Okay, so October 28th, Kooky Spooky Love. Sounds cute. Look at this cover. It's adorable. And then the last one for October, on October 30th, we do have Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. I have read from C.G. Drews before, and it was Don't Let the Forest In. Really enjoyed it. This one says Knives Out meets Belladonna in this gorgeously gothic queer YA horror and dark romance about an inherited estate, murderous relatives, and a garden with a taste for blood. Sounds fantastic. Look at this cover though. Stunning. I'm obsessed. Very excited about this one. Yes. Then in November, on November 6th, another one of my highly anticipated books of the year, we've got Empire of the Dawn by J. Kristoff, the third and final book in the Empire of the Vampire series. I love this series. It is so good. We're following Gabriel de Leon, who I think, is he half vampire? I can't remember. But regardless, he's at least partially vampire. And he's essentially in prison and just telling us the story of his life. And it's absolutely fascinating. From Holy Cup comes Holy Light, the faithful hands set world aright. And in the seven martyrs' sight, may man shall end this endless night. Sign me up. So excited. Really, really looking forward to this one. Also on the 6th of November, we have a non-fiction. That's a Great Question, I'd Love to Tell You by Elise Mayers. I first came across Elise on TikTok and I thought she was amazing, but she's completely grown as a person entirely over the last couple of years. And this one sounds really, really good. I just love her as a person. I love her outlook on life. I love the way that she, you know, the way that she approaches life as a whole. I just think she's amazing. Writer, comedian and content creator Elise Mayers gets real about life's awkward moments in her bold, funny and unfiltered debut book. Sounds great. And I just always remember her saying, like, even the throwback days when she first came on, like on TikTok and stuff, I remember her always saying, that's a great question, I'd love to tell you. So she'd start off with something and go, that's a great question, I'd love to tell you. Just love it. Love that that's the title of her book. Outstanding. Very excited about it. On the 6th of November, we've got Free in the Wild by Paisley Hope, which is book 4 in the Silver Pines Ranch series. I don't know if this is the last book or not. Forbidden romance and sexy cowboys escape to the Wild West with the 4th book in the steamy small town cowboy romance series that will leave you breathless. It is perfect for fans of the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver. Would highly recommend it if you've read that series. If you've read that series and you haven't heard of this series, I don't know where you've been. I have an arc of this one. I've had an arc of all of them so far, so very much so excited about this one. Cannot wait to pick it up. I will have read it before it comes out, but really, really excited nonetheless. We are back with a KM Moranova. On November 11th, we have Your Knife, My Heart, book 1 in a series. Oh, I'm so excited because since I read Leave Me Behind, I've wanted more within this dark elite special forces team, and that's what we're getting. A new, compelling and addictive dark romance in her dark forces world. Gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I'm so, so excited. I cannot wait to read. Again, haven't read this one yet, but do check your triggers because I've no doubt it's going to be incredibly dark. I'm very excited to read this one. Cannot wait. Also, this cover. Stunning. KM Moranova does her own covers, illustrations, everything. So beautiful. Very excited for this one. November 13th, we've got book 3 in the Legends and Latte series. We've got Brigands and Bread Knives. I'm so excited. By Travis Baldry. I love this series. Return to the cozy fantasy world of Legends and Latte series with Brigands and Bread Knives. A freshly baked adventure featuring fan favourite foul-mouthed bookseller Fern. Sign me up. I am so excited. I cannot wait to read this one. Yes, please. November 18th, we have book 2 in the Fae and Alchemy series by Callie Hart. We have got Brimstone, which is the sequel to Quicksilver. Very much so looking forward to this one. I really, really enjoyed Quicksilver, so very looking forward to this one. Prepare for the breathtaking sequel to the runaway bestseller. Keep your mouth shut, stick to the shadows, and for the love of all 7 gods, do not crack any jokes. As darkness falls across Uvelia, the realm and their friends are in danger. Together, Sirius and Fisher will pass through fire and brimstone to save them. Gimme. I'm excited. I can't wait to read this one. Very excited indeed. Also on November 18th, we do have The Bond That Burns by Briar Bowling, which is book 2 in the Bloodwing Academy series. I have not read book 1 yet, but I think I'm going to really enjoy it. So I am excited about this one. I do want to get to book 1 before this comes out. I actually want to get to book 1 before it comes out traditionally published. I have the indie version. Again, this is another one that's been picked up by a publisher. So I do have the indie version of book 1, and I haven't read it yet. What do you get if you mix Fourth Wing, Zodiac Academy, and a dash of Arthurian legend and lots of vampires? Welcome to Bloodwing Academy. Yes, please. I gave Fourth Wing 5 stars. I gave the first Zodiac Academy, I think 4.5, and then the second one like 5. I have since DNF'd the Zodiac Academy series. I just haven't got, I haven't got it in me to commit to the series, unfortunately. But I love me a dash of Arthurian legend as well. So very excited about this series as a whole. But book 2 comes out on November 18th. On the 20th of November, we've got The Scammers by Tiffany D. Jackson. I have loved Tiffany D. Jackson's books. I haven't yet read Monday's Not Coming or Allegedly, but I have read The Weight of Blood. I've read Grown. I've read another one whose name I can't remember, and I've given them all 5 stars, I think. So I'm very excited. Oh, White Smoke was the other one as well. I think I've given them all 5 stars, if not 4.5. Really love them. So very excited about this one. Another stunning, ripped from the headlines thriller following a freshman girl whose college life is turned upside down when her roommate's ex-convict brother moves into their dorm and starts controlling their every move. Sounds fantastic. This cover is stunning as well. Also on the 20th of November, we have The Bookshop Below by Georgia Summers. Georgia Summers is the author of a book that I've previously DNF'd. I'm just excited about this one because of the cover, and it's also got a bookshop in it. So I don't know if I'm going to actually enjoy this one or not. But yeah, it doesn't have a tagline. Tori Bovolino has said, steeped in bookish magic and infused with the comfort and terror of a favourite tragic fairy tale, The Bookshop Below is darkly whimsical and utterly heart-wrenching. Again, whimsical is not a word I usually reach for, so we'll see whether or not I like this one, but the cover is stunning, to be fair. On the 27th of November, we have To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. This I have only recently heard about, and it sounds really interesting. A deadly prison, a forbidden magic, a fight for survival. There's only one rulebook in Endlock: obey or die. In Dividium, all crimes are punishable by life in prison. A prison that's a life sentence in more ways than one, where the wealthy can hunt their inmates for sport. Raven's mission is simple: infiltrate the infamous and deadly Endlock prison to save her brother. There's just one problem. Raven has a target on her back. Her reputation as the most ruthless bounty hunter in Dividum precedes her, and the inmates she's sent to Endlock want their revenge. So when the prison guard she's sworn to hate becomes her only chance to survive, Raven has no choice but to trust the one person she shouldn't. Okay. First time I've ever read that. Sounds fantastic. Sign me up. Then also on the 27th of November, we've got the sequel to Heavenly Bodies, which is Fallen Stars by Imani Eru. I'm looking forward to this one. I did enjoy Heavenly Bodies, so I am excited about this one. I do want to reread Heavenly Bodies, though, I've got to be honest, because in the moment I really enjoyed it, but right now, if you asked me what it was about, I couldn't tell you a single thing. Not a damn thing. I couldn't tell you a character's name. I couldn't tell you a place name. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in the book. Nothing. The entire book emptied from my head the minute I finished it. So I still gave it 4 stars. So I do want to reread Heavenly Bodies, and then I will read Fallen Stars. I don't know how many books are going to be in the series as a whole, but I do want to reread it. So again, this is the second book in that series. So on that basis, I can't tell you anything because I don't know. I know nothing. This cover's pretty though. I know nothing. December 9th, we're into December now. I literally have 2 books for December. I don't know many releases coming out in December for sure. So December 9th, we've got the second one to that K.M. Moranova book, the Dark Forces series. We've got My Blade, Your Back. Cover, stunning. Sign me up. So again, second one to that series. I'm very excited. Cannot wait to pick this up and get these. I'm hoping I can get one of these copies with the sprayed edges. Stunning. And then last but by no means least, on the 31st of December, we have another very anticipated release for me, which is Clean Air by Kayla James, book 3 in the Grid series. If you don't know what the series is about, it's an F1 series and I am obsessed. The first one is Lights Out, the second one is Jump Start, and this one is Clean Air, and I'm really excited. I cannot wait to read this one. Don't know anything about it other than it being Lawson and Sydney's story, and I'm so invested. So invested every single time I pick one of these up, so I'm very excited about this one. So would highly recommend starting these if you've been looking for an F1 romance. I know they're very popular at the moment. This has been my best F1 romance series to date that I've ever read. I have read the first one in Lauren Ash's series. I have read Kate Ransom's series. I have read a handful of F1 romances. This series by far has been my favourite to date, so would highly recommend it. And that is the 46 books that I had to mention to you that I'm excited for, that I'm anticipated for. I have a lot of these pre-ordered. Not all of them, but I do have a lot pre-ordered. Oh, I actually already have My Blade, Your Back and Your Knife, My Heart pre-ordered from Waterstones. So hopefully it's got the sprayed edges. I'm going to double check those actually. And see if they do have the sprayed edges, but we'll see. So yeah, very excited, looking forward to getting to all of those, hopefully at some point over the next 60 years. I'm excited about all of those releases. Chat to me in the comments down below. Have I put any of these on your radar? Is there anything you think I've missed? I am very aware that there is the Fallen Dragons, I don't know what it's called, The Ballad of Fallen Dragons, that book by Sarah A. Parker. If anyone was interested, it does come out. Oh, it's not till next year anyway. It's been moved. It was supposed to be this year. It doesn't come out till next year anyway. I'll probably mention it then. I'm not excited about it. I didn't love the first one. So when the moon hatched, didn't love the first one. I've unhauled the book. I'm not going to be reading The Ballad of Fallen Dragons. Which is why I didn't mention it, but I hadn't realised that it has also moved. Had I realised? Have I put it in my anticipated 2026 already? No. So I hadn't realised it had already been moved. Alas, I know there's going to probably be some that I have missed. There might be some I've missed because I didn't know. So let me know in the comments down below if you think there's anything or that should be on my radar that you think I've missed. Let me know because I want to make sure that I capture books. You know, I like to pre-order. I like to support the authors. So let me know in the comments down below. I hope you have enjoyed this video and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.